I just upgraded to the Optus 100 down 20 up plan. I'm getting pretty good Wi-Fi here coming from my TP Link Deco system. This is the Deco S4, one of the cheapest ones, about $150 for the 3 of these. So I'll show you how I hooked that up. Yesterday I was on the 50/20 plan, now I'm on the 100/20 plan. It's the fastest I can get with fibre to the curb in Australia from NBN. So these are 2 spare ones. I'm going to take these downstairs and position them so they can make it through to my garage. I'm on the 3rd floor, so let's hope it makes it. The first Deco I have plugged in via a LAN cable, which is 8 meters long. And I tried to run it through here and out through a hole in the wall like all my other cables, but the concrete hole is just too small and I couldn't even get through there without a masonry drill. But this Ethernet cable, which is a flat one, came with these things and I nailed them down into the floor through the carpet, which stops it from hooking on this door here. Come around here into my computer cabinet, which comes out of a landline socket here, into my NBN box, then into my Optus router, and from the Optus router I've got Ethernet cable going into my PC, the yellow one there, and the other one runs through this cable all the way back to that first Deco over there next to the window. So now I need this one, which easily supplies internet to my 2-bedroom apartment. I need that to transmit down to that car park, down to the carport, and then go underground and into the garage 3 stories down from where I'm standing. I'll position these 2 in the right spots. Hopefully it'll work. By the way, because the internet is coming out of those Deco ones, there's a Wi-Fi button on my router, which easily enabled me to switch off Wi-Fi. If yours doesn't have one, you might have to type 192.168.0.1 into your browser, like Chrome or Firefox or something, and then just type password. It's usually admin username and password for password. Otherwise, there's a sticker on the back of your modem, and hopefully that'll give you the username and password. That's what it was for me. Even though it wasn't labeled as a router password, it was labeled as a Wi-Fi password, that username and password still worked. Given I'll be controlling this machine from downstairs in the car park, it's got 30 terabytes of video and stuff that I'm going to edit through Adobe Creative Cloud, like Premiere and Photoshop and everything. I am going to hopefully run this through virtual network on my MetaQuest 3 headset, using another K830 keyboard. I might also buy a Wi-Fi mouse or something like that, because obviously running this mouse to its little receiver, which is located up here 3 stories away through heavy concrete, is not going to work. Otherwise I'll just use the Quest 3 controllers. After my Wi-Fi started coming out of these things, I needed to reset my printer to accommodate the new Deco Wi-Fi transmission and all of my Amazon Echo devices throughout the house, and my phone and my iPad, and anything else that runs on Wi-Fi. See that top window up there? That's where the first one is. I come down here to the carport, underneath this giant concrete barricade. I put in this cupboard. Initially it was flashing blue, then it was flashing red, and now it's clean. And I'm getting 67 megabits per second. Fucking amazing. And now I just got to get from there into that room. Probably don't even need the 3rd one, but I'll put the 3rd one inside that room. Okay, so that's the speed I'm getting down here from just 2 decos. One at the end of the carport, inside that wooden cupboard, in there, and the other one around this, up there, on the 3rd floor. So my main router is plugged in first to the NBN box, then the first Deco, then the second deco, and now we'll hook up the third deco. Okay, so now I've hooked up the third deco, and as you can see, it's got a red flashing light, which seems disastrous, right? But this is what happened with the other one as well. This room is actually too narrow for a single bed, so I've got to use a camping bed. I've built little hooks and places to sit and watch my iPad when I sit against that wall and stuff. Otherwise I bring the chair in and sit at this desk that I've made. And it looks like it's gone solid white. So let's do the speed test again. That was last time. Now this is one with this in the room. So just remember, I used to have a 50 megabit per second maximum deal with Optus. I rang and negotiated, and for the same price, I'm getting 100 coming out of my Ethernet, 3 concrete floors above me, using the Deco system. I've been able to get half of that, which is good. Because down here, I just live in a battery powered room. And yet I'm still able, with that 400 watt inverter, to give myself all the 12 volt and 240 volt power I need to do all this. I'll be using virtual desktop to operate my PC, which is still on upstairs, in relation with that Bluetooth that will link to there, and hopefully with this speed it won't be a bad experience. Also, if you are using VR, they all rely on the lights being turned on, which is bloody stupid. Otherwise these things don't work and the screen goes crazy. So get yourself one of these and infrared lights. Just run off USB-C and then you can turn all the lights off, and it works with that. By the way, I also tried this thing, which I'm packing up to return because I only got from 50 megabits per second. In this room I only got 0.06 megabits per second. So that was positioned in that end cupboard as well. It was useless. So up here in the apartment I'm getting 98.96 download and 18.07 upload speeds through my MetaQuest. The way I know that is because I'm using the built-in browser. Also looking at virtual desktop, I'm connecting to the network at 866 megabits per second on the 5 gigahertz band. Downstairs here I'm getting 18 megabits per second download speeds and 16 megabits upload speeds. Virtual desktop is also connected at 866 megabits per second at 5 gigahertz band. So virtual desktop works fine downstairs and upstairs, but Quest Link, which allows me to play PC VR games, is behaving extremely erratically. So upstairs it can't be internet speed because it's 20 megabits per second, that's fine, right? But down here, the network speed must be weak. It's causing massive jittery errors all around with the Airlink, which means that I can't play games from my PC through my headset down here. Not with the current setup. When I looked at the Deco app, it showed a weak signal between transmitter Deco 1 and Deco 2, because that's the one that has to go all around that concrete there. Just from here to the end of the carport's no problem. But between those first two, it was like, instead of, if it's out of 5 bars, it was 0 bars. But that didn't prevent me from getting a signal for internet, but it does stop me from getting a strong network connection, which is what PC VR requires. So unless I start positioning decos down around the outside of the building or in the car park, or park a car in the car park, which I'm not allowed to because they're all paid for and there's no electricity around the car park in any way that I could hide it in the bushes or anything, looks like I'm fucked. So at least I can do video editing, but I can't do gaming in here or anything like that. Just to be clear, I can do gaming, I just can't do PC VR, computer controlled VR games. I can still do 2-dimensional games, like a noob, and I can still do VR games that are built in. but just not PC run VR games like VAMX.